this video. I know it's a little bit late, but I want to tell you guys what happened on Friday the 13th, which was last Friday. I just haven't had enough time to really sit down and make a video this week, so I'm doing it now before Thanksgiving craziness happens. Speaking of, we are staying here. We are cooking our very own turkey, just the two of us. It'll be the first time we've ever done this, so wish us luck. How about you guys? Have you ever made your own turkey before? Or is this going to be your first time making Thanksgiving dinner at home? It's kind of sad, but kind of exciting at the same time. So yeah, before that happens, before all that craziness ensues, I want to get this down. So last Friday the 13th was a little strange for me and Michael. I know it's supposed to be the time of the year when like all the crazy things happen, and I know I've talked to doctors and nurses, and they say like they really just don't want to work on Friday the 13th because so many people end up coming into the hospital and the ER and stuff like that. Okay, now that my microphone is plugged in, hopefully that's a little bit better. So Friday the 13th, strange occurrences. It started at 5:22 a.m. and I know this because I looked at the clock. At 5:22 a.m. Michael and I both heard something crash. Like, we didn't know what made the noise, had no idea what it was. And so I just kind of laid in bed thinking, was it upstairs? And I was like, no, you can really tell when something's coming from upstairs. It didn't come from upstairs. Is there someone in our apartment? And so I listened and I listened and I listened, and nothing was moving. There was no other sound, nothing. So eventually I fell back asleep. And the next morning I went into the bathroom, and the lid to the garbage can had been knocked off. It was sitting upside down in the floor next to the garbage can. This should not happen. So the way our garbage can fits together is it's just a round garbage can on the bottom, but then the lid has a little lip that goes over all the way around, so it doesn't move. You have to like physically pick it up and then take it off. So the lid should not have come off of the garbage can by itself. It shouldn't have. And I asked Michael, I was like, did you hear that noise last night? And he's like, yeah. Well, he's like, I have no idea what that was. And I was like, the garbage can lid in the bathroom was sitting in the floor. He's like, no. He's like, how did that happen? I'm like, Friday the 13th? He's like, is it Friday the 13th? I'm like, yeah, it's Friday the 13th. So I don't know. I mean, maybe our trickster was playing tricks on us that day. So go about our business. And then later that morning, I'm brushing my teeth and I'm standing at the mirror, and I have the door closed to the living room. All of a sudden I felt someone tug on the back of my robe, like someone was trying to get my attention. And I thought maybe Michael had come in, but I turned around, I'm alone, and the door's still closed. So that was really, really strange. And then later that day at 8:14 p.m., Michael and I were sitting in the living room, and he was playing video games. So he was sitting on his little stool in front of the coffee table. I was sitting behind the coffee table, and I started to get up off the couch to get up and go get a drink or something. I don't remember what I was going to do. And as soon as I leaned over, the lights went out. And both of us like looked around and we thought, okay, the power's out. And then Michael noticed that his video game, the TV is still on. He's still connected to the internet. Like, what is going on? And I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't a power outage. So I reach behind me. So I had leaned over this way. I reached back behind me this way and flipped the light switch back on. Michael looks at me and he goes, "Did you turn the lights off?" And I'm like, "I didn't touch it. I was leaned over this way to get off the couch. The light switch is back over here." He's like, "Was the light switch physically off?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." He's like, "Must be the ghost." So I think our little trickster ghost was having a lot of fun with Friday the 13th. Not so much on Halloween, but definitely on Friday the 13th. It was making a nuisance of itself. So yeah, 3 things in one day. Welcome to our haunted apartment. This didn't happen on Friday, but then the next Monday, we were in the kitchen cooking, and I had opened a can. And when I open a can, I always put the lid inside the can and then throw it away so it doesn't slice through the garbage can. Because, you know, you don't want a hole in your garbage can when you're taking your garbage out. That's just not good. Because your garbage go everywhere. Anyway, I threw the can away, and we had just emptied the garbage previously, I think like the prior night or something. So it was pretty empty. So the can went all the way to the bottom of the garbage can. I saw it, heard it land. So I go back to preparing what I'm preparing. Michael's standing next to me at the stove. I'm at the counter. And all of a sudden, we hear the can in the garbage can move. And Michael just stops and he looks at me and he's like, "The ghost is going to eat us." And I'm like, "I told you this place was haunted. You didn't believe me." So he's still really skeptical. He always thinks there's some kind of explanation, but I think he's coming around to the weirdness of it all just a tiny bit. Although I did try to get him to make this video with me, and he's like, "No, that's okay. You go ahead and do your thing." So yeah, so we've got objects moving on their own that shouldn't be moving on their own. Garbage can lids coming off. We've got things tugging on my robe when there's no one around. We have light switches turning themselves off when no one is touching them. And we have things, again, moving things. Nobody was touching the garbage can. It wasn't shaking. Neither one of us bumped into it. We weren't even close to it. So that's not an explanation. It's just super strange. Well, my battery is about to die, so I guess I had better wrap this up. If you are celebrating Thanksgiving this coming week, happy Thanksgiving. Let us know what you're eating, cooking down in the comments below. And if you have any ideas about what's going on other than our trickster ghost, also leave us a comment. Oh, it's flashing at me. I better finish up. All my social media is at the end of this video, so check that out. Email is in the description box below. So if you'd like to write me a story subscriber time, make sure to write me an email. Anonymous or not, just let me know. I think that's all the strangeness and weirdness. So I guess I'm gonna go for now and charge the camera for next time. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.